Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Ultimate Apocalypse casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today I've got a 4 vs 4 on Forbidden Jungle. Playing as the Space Marines, we've got many matches delivered. We've got Blue Man 52 as the Inquisition Demon Hunters. Also as the Demon Hunters, we have got Keku, and we have got Tiger Shark as the Imperial Guard rounding the team off. On the opposing team, we have got the Blast Furnace as the Eldar. We've got Demi as the Sisters of Battle. We have got Darkness as the Eldar, and we have got Main Boy as the Tau. So it's quite an unusual setup for this map, I do believe, as normally what would happen is that you would have Team 1 here and Team 2 there, and then across the map you've got a series of 1v1s going on, which then, it kind of makes it interesting, but these guys have decided to separate all teams onto either side, which I suppose makes things a lot fairer. Do quite like the positioning of the Inquisition Demon Hunters. They are on the back lines with their flanks secured, so they are able to build up those population centres and get their economy on the go for the late game, so they can spam out all the Grey Knights and Dreadnoughts that they could ever want or need. And, oh, hang on for a second. Oh, let me check your banner, young man. Oh, there we go, friendly banner. So, haha, I saw an iron cross there, and for a second I thought, what kind of symbols could be on the mind if there's an iron cross there. But nope, it's all kosher, it's all good. We will be monetized today, boys and girls. Do have a stealth suit coming out and a Tau commander shredding that servitor that was just kind of standing there, peacefully minding his own business. Poor lad. Do have some elite stormtroopers coming into this centre, shaking off these guardians, which, to be fair, this centre is going to be a high priority for both teams here. It's not the kind of place where each team can have two and live and coexist peacefully. You either have all four or you have none of them. So you've got to be really careful by not giving these guys up, or at least contesting this area for as long as humanly possible. Howling Banshees jumping in after that Tech Priest engines here, trying to build up that turret emplacement. As Sisters of Battle come in to provide firing support for these slicing gals. Blue Man 52 informs us that he's coming. And to be fair, if I was surrounded by Howling Banshees and Battle Sisters, I'd be doing the same. Ho ho! That was a bit of a rude joke there, Mr. Landshite. Do you kiss your mother with that mouth? Not for the last time. No. Anyway, combat carry on. Cannon S throwing out a big shiny, giving these guys starry eyes, forcing them to move back, breaking morale and all that good stuff. Guardians over here being chased away by the scholars. Scholars knocking on the door, telling them have they heard the good news. Prepared to give them a pamphlet or two, invite them to a coffee morning. Cannes throwing out another shiny. Cooldown rate on that bad boy's not too bad, is it? Double Guardians move over on this side while the Howling Banshees finish cleaning up over here. Laying of hands going on the Battle Sisters. Showing that it's not just the Cannon S that can sparkle and shine. These scholars overextending just a smidgen. Won't be doing all that good, but oh, look at that, we've got some Legionaries on the battlefield, punching those Howling Banshees away. So I think I mentioned on the last Space Marine game for Ultimate Apocalypse, you can choose between going for generic Space Marines or not the Burning Legion. That's not what they're called. They are called the Legion of the Damned. There we go. I will probably call them the Burning Legion again there. Yeah, they're just aesthetically pleasing. A little bit tougher. They've got no morale damage to be taken, so they can hold that front line a lot better. And it's just an absolute scrum in this centre here. Howling Banshees wailing away as the Legionnaires come in to see if they can shake them off. And now there's multiple layers of fire going on. Not sure if the Howling Banshees can take it. They are a lot more tankier in Ultimate Apocalypse compared to their vanilla counterparts, making them a lot more viable in these extended, prolonged combats, which is quite nice. I do regret how the Howling Banshees aren't used nearly as much as they should. They're just such a cool unit. Tau Commander over here giving these yellow burners a good blue burner. He's not standing up all that well against the consistent fire of the Legionnaires. Fighting fire with fire, not always the thing you want to do, as this Supreme Lord from the Order Malleus comes out to say hello. He's got a plasma pistol and a power sword to boot. But these Shining Sisters looks like they were going to hold the line there, but surrounded by many men. And the Legion of the Damned. That's what they're called. They're definitely called that. Not going to hold up all that well. Howling Banshees will need to come in to provide some sort of assistance. Are going to jump in, but maybe to their own doom here. A significant amount of lasgun fire coming in. And now with a Chimera assault tank. Yeah, those girls are saying good night, sweet prince. We're going to see a sentry turret from the tower over here. But a little bit too little too late. Earthcast builder goes down, but just as the sentry turret is finished. But no, even with no anti-building weaponry, this guy will go down. Sisters and Eldar regrouping over here. Gonna heal the remaining models in there. Throwing out a big shiny, but not sure that's a bit premature. Kind of want to do that in the middle of a gunfight. And now it's all just flames akimbo. Howling Banshees jumping into the fire. But sadly, it's too hot. So they're going to stay out of that kitchen. And what's going on over here? Oh, it's got a assault tank just casually striding into the base. Going to be looking for these plasma generators. Not sure what was exploding there. I think it might have just been a plasma generator being cancelled mid-build. Go and see some, what are you, UI Swooping Hawk, which are great against tanks and all the usual stuff. But very fragile are these ladies, so I might want to keep them out of harm's reach. Both listing posts have been taken down and they were upgraded into tier 2, so that is fairly expensive losses for both the Eldar and the Tau. Though a good firing line of Fire Warriors here. Now got a Guardian squad with some D cannons, which the firing AoE damage of those D cannons will be absolutely lethal against the Stormtroopers here. Sisters moving in support of this Wave Serpent that's been upgraded with a Shuriken cannon. But the tanks are amassing, they're coming in. But they are lightly armoured, so they won't be surviving all that well. Especially against the Celestians with their Inferno-ish pistols. Yeah, taking out, no worries, no dramas at all. Over on this side, we do have the Swooping Hawks going into Tiger Shark's base. Got Darkness throwing out a prayer of acceptance. What's did I just miss an explosion of some description? Maybe. Viper just swooping in. And all the Imperial's base is looking quite vulnerable. Swooping Hawk's going to try and ignore this infantry command as it's full of lads. And decide to focus maybe more on the econ. There are some more vulnerable things over here that are less protected. Also a Thermo plasma generator, which would be ideal to take down if they can. Going for some more Chimera assault tanks. Against Swooping Hawks, probably not the answer. A wave of blue plasma fire coming over on this side now. Legion of the Damned Space Marines. Not sure if they can stand up to all this. Will fall back. On the centre, changing hands once again. Icons of Purifications being deleted from the battlefield. And the Swooping Hawk still being a nuisance. Go see a Rhino transport armed with a missile launcher looking to take down those Vipers. But it is quite swift. Oh dear, missing that shot. Come on, get him. There we go, one more and that should be it. Nice, big explosion. What we'd like to see. And the assault pan tank trying to ferry these ladies away, but they are going to decap that relic. Might need to send some boys over for defensive reasons. Wave Serpents jumping straight in, knocking some boys about and bringing down their number. Swooping Hawks with the green variety now out as well. But the Rhinos with their missile launchers looking to see if they can get a nice pickup against this Wave Serpent. Might be able to do it as it gets blocked by its own troops. No, the tables have been turned against those Rhinos. But yeah, no point pushing too far forward. May as well fixate yourself on these points here. Let's have a quick smidgen at the old economy. Oh dear, oh dear. Before we do that, look at... Don't think we've even got time to look at the economies here. It's just constant action going on. Tau pushing into the base of the Space Marines. Do have a Legionnaire Commander. Have we seen you before on this channel? Oh, quite a nice looking unit. I do quite like how in Unification they just kind of just put a flame effect on to the Legionnaires. These models as well looking quite tasty. Flaming skulls on their shoulder pads. But won't be able to stand up against quadruple Fire Warriors. And we do have a Stalker AA. Which, yeah, that's one way to kill infantry. Just pretend they're aircraft. And get them killed. I've got quite a sizable amount of infantry. Trying to see if they can hold the line. The Howling Banshees won't be having any of it. Wraithlord giving a swift kick to the front of this assault tank. And a wave of ladies is approaching. The Misters on the left not looking like they're going to be faring all that well. Need to start bringing out the big boys. Have they gone for anything yet at the moment? Doesn't look like it. Oh, but there we go, some Grey Knights. Smaller number at the moment, but if they can build up their strength, they should be able to go toe-to-toe against the Howling Banshees. But then again, in saying that, the Sisters are providing a lot of fire support. And these Dark Reapers as well. Yeah, no, those guys... No mass, no pass on those ones. But the Swooping Hawks still on the back lines. Look at these ladies go. No one taking care of them. But they can't really tear their attention away from the front lines here. And if there was a time to push, now is the time. Elves and Sisters. Currently this place is looking a bit vulnerable. Oh, it's Blue Man 52 that's bringing out all the big tech. Okay. Alright, Tau continuing their advance, but double Stalker AAs. Going to cause them some problems, but broadsides. One volley from them, bringing the Stalker down to very low health. There we go, only 2 volleys needed to show these guys the business. So may need some assistance from their allies if they wish to stand up against these. Swooping Hawks now finished with this backline. Are going to look to see if they can cause some shenanigans around here. Grey Knights teleporting in. It's our strike team. So they're much more lethal at range than they are close combat. Should hopefully be able to take care of them as some assistance comes from the flanks. Bodyguards, if no body to guard, have been taken out. Grey Knight Pegasus, 2 squads of 2 jumping in the middle, using their flamers to reduce the morale of these lads and lasses. Hopefully if they can break the morale, then these guys will lose their accuracy. And the Eldar pushing into Keku's base, but we are going to see some more things being drop squadded in. Grey Knights Akimbo. And once these guys go in force, I mean, what, 2 members with like nearly 5,000, well, just over 5,000 health. Real problem to deal with when they get up in their numbers. We're going to see a cheeky webway gate being stuck up here. Also infiltrated as well, so expect to see some more reinforcements coming in from them. Also provides them a nice clear retreat route as well, should they get stuck. But it does seem that the Inquisition Demon Hunters have held back the forces that are coming. Tau going to go for a second pass. And we're now seeing some regular Space Marines. Devastator squad coming in. Okay, now we'll look at the economies. 154 and 79, 267 and 222, 108 and 62, 73 and 79 compared to 150 and 133, 408 and 287, 234 and 199, and 137 and 79. We will look at it from the Imperial Guard's perspective, why not? Yes, a huge economies on the southern team. It seems like Blue Man 52 is going to have to be relied upon to provide the bulk of the armies for the northern teams here. And these Purgation Assault Dreadnoughts are really showing these ladies what for. They've got no anti-vehicle at this present moment in time. It's nothing major. Last cannons on these boys. Wave Serpents going to be sent away in disgrace. Got some XV8 suits on the way. Stronghold being built up on the back lines here. And the Space Marine player doesn't really have much in the way of a defense against these guys. But Purgation and Damnation descends upon this centre. Not sure if my frame rate can survive all these big shinies, but we'll give it a go. Good lord, it's a pretty engagement, but I'd bugger if I could tell you what's going on. It's just Grey Knights upon Grey Knights upon Grey Knights. Murdering Heretic and Xenos alike. Got some shiny Celestians. I'll have to start casting with some sunglasses on at this point. Over on this side of the tower, continue the never-ending charge. Oh, those Swooping Hawks still... The Swooping Hawks are still in there. Kill them for... In the name of all that's good and holy. Upon mighty terror itself. But the tower showing these guys what for. Doesn't look like the Space Marine player will be surviving for all that much longer. Do have a Lehman Russ battle tank and some Legionaries moving in for support. I'm not sure entirely if they'll be able to withstand. What on earth is going on with you? Good lord, it was like a Pink Floyd album cover for a second then. Assault Dreadnoughts capturing the centre more or less. While the assistance coming in, quite a sizable amount of assistance to boot. Getting the surround on these tower. They've got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide now. As more Dreadnoughts are being dropped on. One huge advantage for the Demon Hunters as well is that, I think we've mentioned this the other day on the cast, was that these strategic points do tend to fade away after time and decay. Although I do believe that in Ultimate Apocalypse it's a lot longer for the decay. But I don't think that their... what do you call them? Their econ buildings have the same rate of decay. So that's quite good. St. Arabella looking for these fellas. Able to make all the ladies around her a lot more durable in combat. And now a good sizable amount of fire dragons. These Purgation Assault Dreadnoughts won't be feeling fresh and fancy for very long. But the tower have been pushed back, and now the Grey Knights will be seeing what they could do about this. The fire dragons won't do all that well against the Grey Knights, not at least without some more assistance. Saint Celestine, first of her name, holiest of the angels, providing a staunch front line. Birds of a feather, it looks like they are sticking together in that one as well. The Grey Knights now are giving the tower the taste of their own medicine. Armed with what are you? Armed with an incinerator. But yeah, just incinerates by the looks of things. A Saint will come on there. But the Grey Knights unable to distinguish between Angel and Demon. Will attempt to kill her once they've stopped running away and got into a better fighting position. Warp Spiders trying to prove themselves useful, but it doesn't look like they're able to get that much done. The Senior Council is also going to join them. Quite durable, a lot of damage as well in close combat. Quite often you will see these guys just stay in close combat, get auto-reinforced, and that is them for hours on end. The stamina on those boys is quite impressive. The Space Marine player once again getting invaded. Hasn't really built that much. Oh, there we go. He's going to build up his colony on the back lines, which is probably the way forward. Oh, the Swooping Hawks? Yeah, they've definitely gone now. We'll need to remember to cap these strategic points there. Should they wish for there to be a benefit. Fire Dragons looking to maybe show these Grey Knights a thing or two, but that is not what they're built for. And Lehman Russ moving a bit too far forward, looking to retreat. One of them has gone down. Another one soon to follow, I imagine. Dear oh dear, that is quite an expensive misplay there. Oh, that's a bit cheeky. A million webway gates from Blast Furnace there. Sea Council now having a little bit of a look on this northern side. And what are we getting? So Space Marines aren't getting any big epic weapons at the moment because they're still catching up. They're going to go for some Hellfire Dreadnoughts. Blue Man 52 has probably gone for his Saints. Well, seeing a Temple Power tier 2, but in old money it's tier 3. Guardsmen, are you going to go for a... They're going to go for an infantry command. So let's them gain infinite economy should they build enough of them. But, when I say infinite economy, I mean it just adds to their regular economy. But it's quite an expensive thing to build. But not seeing any Baneblade structures at the moment, unless they've hidden them somewhere. No, doesn't look like it. But every side has got 2 relics to mix and match with. So it is advisable to keep them in the back of your mind. What we've got going on over here, we've got a million ecclesiastical chapels. And just look at that. It's like a night show in Brighton. A walk past Blackpool Pier, some would refer to it as. Not that I've ever been to Blackpool. Another place that I'm very familiar with. On the other side of the country from where I am. And it goes relatively quiet for now as these Hornets engage in a little bit of harassment. Not as effective as the Swooping Hawks. But it is something. Las Cannons over here with a couple of Las Cannons. Sorry, heavy weapons teams with some Las Cannons on them. Obviously Las Cannons have Las Cannons on them. And an Incinerator, which means that there should be a big... Where's the big doofer? The Mobile Capital Vehicle. Oh, can you... Oh, you could... Maybe you could just recruit that from somewhere else. I'll go and see the Sister Shrine to the Emperor. So potential for nukes here. Warp Spider's now out, looking to clean up these scouts. We're armed with sniper rifles, but they've been caught out of position. It's a wonderful idea against the light infantry and heavy infantry that they're going up against, but won't save them if they're dead. Christ battlesuits. Constantly giving the Space Marine player a hard time. There we go. Yep, they have. Have they finished it? Yes, they have finished it. So keep an eye out for that for any big units. Grey Knights teleporting in. But the damage has been done. And what is this Space Marine's economy at the moment? Well, it's not amazing compared to the other guys, but he does have a lot of flirts. He's got room to play with stuff. But doesn't look like he's teched up all that well. The combat continues in the centre. We have some artillery. Where's that artillery coming from? Ah, there you go. An Exorcist Sanctorum. These guys are doing fine. Over on this side, the Grey Knights continue the chase. We'll probably get them. And, oh, why you? You are a Nihilist Dread Knight. Coming in. Big unit for the Inquisition Demon Hunters. But against the sheer amount of anti-vehicle fire, it's knocked down a peg or two. Do have the Wraith Guard armed with a Deed Cannon, a Vibro Cannon and a Shadow Weaver Cannon. Can't quite decide on what they fancy to use. And it is just fire and chaos absolutely everywhere. On this side, oh my poor frame rate. Purgation, Assault, Dreadnought. Possibly gaining vision. Have you gained vision? Yep, you are able to see those Christ battlesuits coming in. A Scorpion super heavy for Darkness. Big tank unit for the Eldar. Void shield on it, but quite fragile. Not the most mobile of things as well. Even with its jump, its actual bulk makes it difficult for it to move around the battlefield. I've seen a tier 4 heavy armor deployment for the Space Marines. But the centre firmly under the grasp of the Southerners. As well as their constant harassment of the Space Marine player. He's got no real answer for him at the moment. Desperately trying to tech up. But he won't be able to tech up if he's got no HQ. It'll be especially annoying if he loses this now, while he's over 1/3 of the way to it. Yeah, it seems like to me that the Space Marine player needs a little bit more support. The Northern team are throwing away a lot of models by trying to take this centre. And at the moment, it's not really providing them that much of an economic advantage. So you can kind of just leave it for now. Do have a hammerhead gunship with double shooty bits on it. And a Vindicator coming out. Let's see what you can do to aid in this defence. Might even need to build up a HQ somewhere else on the battlefield. Which isn't the worst thing to happen. The Land Raider Phobos. Trying to snake its way past these Grey Knights. And the Angels of Doom still in the middle. Skewering a Grey Knight on a long shaft before throwing him away like a bad piece of news. And my goodness, there's warp hulls, there's fire, there's rockets, there's a demon in a cage. And the Land Raider is weathering that storm, trying to get as many good kills as humanly possible. So, Howling Banshee's somewhere still in there if you could hear that scream. I can hear the screams, but I can't see the screamer. So over here, finishing off the Space Marine base. Does look like he's... Will he have built something up in here? Where are you? Why is there a green thing here? Unless it's... Nope, not a clue. Not sure why there's a green thing there, but... That's fine, we don't judge. Judge not a player's colour on the mini-map. Judge him by his map presence and awareness. That's what we always say on this channel. Yeah, no headway has been made in this assault, as the Wraith Guards now come over to the Imperial Guard on the south side. Blue Man 52 questioning his life choices. Keku throws out the GG. Many matches as well. So far, it was quite the back and forth for this central point here, I must say. Did look like in the early game there was either persons. Both sides building up for a little time at the very least some listing posts at any stage of the game. But this constant assault from the tower, Space Marine player unable to really contend with them. I do think that the Legion of the Damned Space Marines do have quite the restricted heavy weapons roster. So not doing them any favours when trying to adapt and become malleable for the tower advance. But cool, nice one. If you like the video, Patreon, go support, £1 a month gets you one extra game a week, all that usual gubbins. And there's a Discord where Discord things happen, you can play games and stuff like this. My name's been Mr. Landshark, pleasure as always, never short. I will see you in a bit. Peace.